Here we are with Ravenloft, The Conspiracy at Krezk, Season 2, Episode 6. We're in July 2018. I am Devin, the referee, and to my left we have X playing Y.
Mark playing Radu.
Tyler playing Phineas.
Kevin playing Asher.
And Peter jacking us.
That's right, gang. So, who would like to briefly recap what happened to y'all last session?
Well, we came back to the village and we decided, hey, let's go get some mushrooms. It went fine. Nothing bad ever happened.
And then we reenacted the Evil Dead.
Well, yeah, the demon finally caught up to us and did not like our activities, so he tried to drag us off.
We had to fight the forest.
Oh yeah, and this was all to convince, a holy church to actually fight the very thing that they like fighting.
By getting mushrooms.
Yes.
This was the best plan ever, though it did work.
And also, it wasn't to get the mushrooms, it was to prove to them that there was a genuine threat.
I mean,
It was just a very roundabout way to do it.
But we were steered towards it by a quest for mushrooms, as if by a mysterious force.
yeah,
And you were going to tell us the secret behind all of this, but then you didn't.
because you
Oh
lived.
well.
And all was forgotten.
So, you guys were leaving the village of Barovia when we last left off.
Mm-hmm.
You got through the fog just fine, and are on the outskirts of the Ring of Death. You have to make your way all the way back to your home of Krezk, and presumably you might be on a ticking clock if the demon, the presence, the shape, shows up.
I'm guessing we don't have any caravan to join up this time, so we have to make our way on our own.
It would have been possible to check, present maps for locations of churches along the way where we could stay.
Literally dozens of churches along the way where you can stay.
Okay, I'm going to say that we only sleep in churches along the way back. Go as far as we can between those.
That seems prudent.
Yeah.
Sure. Do you guys have any things to carry you other than your own 2 feet?
We've got Bartholomew.
Bartholomew carries supplies and tools. He doesn't carry people.
Do they have horses here we could buy?
Yeah, there are horses you could buy.
Yeah, let's get horses.
What kind of resources do you guys have?
Not that much. One.
I have that lot of cash, which I don't think I spent on anything.
No, on our way here, we translated some of the, we translated the vampire jewel body parts into
The elven jewelry.
liquid cash in case we needed to bribe or buy anything while we were in Barovia. And
Elven
we didn't have any,
jewelry.
we didn't have any need to use that.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, do you guys have any haggling skills or mercantilism, Peter?
What do you take me for?
I know your character's from Australia, so you probably stole everything.
I
Radu
think it's
has an axe.
subterfuge, or streetwise,
That
or
would be
persuasion,
what? Manipulation, persuasion?
whatever you want to use.
Yeah, what skills do you got?
I've got some manipulation, persuasion.
I've got streetwise, persuasion.
Which one's higher?
Persuasion.
Yeah, alright, this would probably be persuasion.
Manipulation.
Yeah, manipulation, or presence if you think you could pull it off with presence.
Give us those horses.
I am better at manipulation than presence. Asher is pretty pathetic looking.
Perfect.
So, those horses are an elf-maiden ghost will haunt you.
So yeah, I am going to try to
There
purchase one.
is a stable. The stable has a woman running it. There are also a fair amount of Vistani that look like they also are part of this business in nebulous ways. And they're all kind of just hanging out when you approach. They can spot a mark a mile away.
Okay, thinking about this, how big are these horses actually? Taking a look at them, general size.
They're horse-sized.
Could we ride them two to a person and then have him galloping behind on Bartholomew?
You could probably do them 2 to a person.
Okay. Because I know we're in a rush, but I don't want to spend too much money.
I mean, we don't want to ride the horses to death either. The more of a load we put on them, the slower they'll have to go.
True, but also horses are expensive. You have animal ken, don't you?
I do.
I'm dragging Phineas along with me actually for this.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, take a look at the horses. See if there's anything wrong with them.
Okay, I'll cautiously approach and inspect the horses. Just kind of.
Some of the people kind of just move in front of you when you start to get near the merchandise.
Okay, I'll say, hey, we're looking to buy some horses. Well, my friend is looking to buy some horses. We're wondering if we might be able to take a look.
This here's my horse expert.
What kind of funds do you have? We might have to lead you over to the donkey stable, depending.
Enough funds that we can be a bit choosy about where we go.
Can you now? She looks around at the desolation around.
Yeah, we can wait.
Fogwall.
We can wait a town down the road or two. Certainly no big rush. Figured we'd, ease the adventure a bit.
The adventure? You're an adventurer sort, eh?
Yeah, life's an adventure.
You wouldn't happen to be those exorcists from Krezk, would you? That life or death mission for the ghost that's been going around town?
Ain't heard nothing about it, no.
I stop nodding my head immediately.
I mean, certainly if that was such a thing, such a life or death scenario, some well-to-do person certainly wouldn't consider gouging prices. I mean, the further someone like that got away from this town, the quicker the danger that follows them would pass as well, Dangers that would loom otherwise.
Some of the Stani people are talking to each other in their own magic language that they have, and another language to the horsewoman. And she's just, nodding along. What kind of cash do you have? That was really the question. I don't really care about the roundabout talk. Let's see what kind of money you have. See if you're worth the time.
I have cash 3, whatever the equivalent of that is.
You show them the money.
Yeah, he flashes it very briefly.
There we go. Alright. And she motions for you to be able to approach the horses to take a look at them.
Okay. I'll go and I'll gingerly check them out. Nothing, too intrusive. I don't want to push any limits, but I'll give it a good
You can check their fucking
check
teeth and stuff. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Anything that'll give us a haggling point, basically, is what Asher's looking for.
Use your... I'm gonna say... Wits plus animal ken.
Okay.
Keep taking that.
I succeed.
Success. Perfect. Alright, you can spot which one of the horses are in actually pretty good condition. I could probably do the long haul. You're able to kind of get an assessment of what they're like. It's kind of a haggling point, unless you guys want to go for the ones that probably are a little more longer in the teeth.
I don't think so, but I'll verbally announce everything loudly to Asher, so that he knows, and also so that they know that we know.
Good job, Phineas.
As you're just leaving the last horse after opening its mouth, you see inside its mouth there's something. You want to take a clearer look?
Sure.
You get a little close, and in the back of its throat, you see what looks like a face with 2 large shiny eyes that's just kind of looking at you, moth-like. And it just kind of pulls back into the throat and disappears.
I guess you want that one.
Yeah, I have a real good feeling about this one.
Yeah? Let's see, that one... I should point out 2 others that have kind of medium quality, not the highest quality ones since he's been announcing, this one's the best. So kind of 2 other average ones.
It's 3 of them?
Yeah.
Well, say you have about enough for 2. Probably not the best one, but your friend's really taken with Griselda there.
He's an animal person.
Quite.
I don't know, Phineas. You got anything to cough up?
This jar of moths!
This jar of dead moths.
They don't let you bring bees in here.
Just unleashes the bees.
No, pretty much everything I have was pooled into the communal kitty.
I think we have we've got some tools from the cabin, I think, but that's...
What about those mushrooms? Did we have any of those left over, or did we give those all to the innkeeper?
I think you ended up eating them.
We ate them.
He made you a nice sorry that you got molested by a demon meal.
You've been molested by a demon consolatory omelet. Now available at Denny's.
It's the Han Solo special.
Well, one of us is going to have to handle the donkey anyway. I mean,
If you're looking to trade in the mule,
he's very attached to his animals.
I mean,
he's not going to be able to keep up.
Maybe you should use your sympathetic trait to get an edge here. You're such a nice elf.
He's really not.
I mean,
Look at how garbage I am. Don't you feel sympathy?
we can handle 2 horses, don't you think?
Yeah,
As long as we get that one.
You want to leave your donkey behind? Live with the innkeeper.
it'll be safer here.
Bartholomew's been so good to me.
Doesn't mean you can't come back. I mean, who wouldn't want to come back here?
I'm taking a look to see if any of the horses are cursed with bad luck.
Of course. Did you, like, follow us near leaning inside the stable?
Well, should I have a look at the horses to make
So
sure
what's-
they're not magical?
There's a horseshoe above, you just can't enter.
What's the deal that's on the table right now?
2 horses, maybe if you trade in your donkey.
Is one of the horses that's on the table, what did I say, Griselda?
Yeah, spooky horse.
I think we could do with 2. If we got 3 wouldn't help us much more because we'd have to ride 2 to one of the horses. So we might as well ride 2 to 2 horses.
Fair enough, if you think your donkey can keep up. I mean, we don't want him collapsing on the road or getting
Well,
dragged
horses-
by wolves.
Horses will have to go slower with 2 of us.
Yeah, we can't really afford to go slower. I mean, you don't want this donkey to be the end of us, do you? Because I don't think he'd be able to live with the guilt.
I mean,
I feel like you have something against the donkey.
If the wolves chase us and we run fast on the horses, therefore they'll get the donkey and they won't get us. So,
Well- So you think we need 3 horses?
There's 5 of us. I'm not gonna. I'm edgy enough about
There's 4 of
there's
us.
4 of us. And we're full.
I look around for a ghost or anything.
That's why I was saying the difference between 3 and 2 for 4 people.
Sure, why not? 2.
And the donkey?
What?
Like the donkey, giving her the donkey was part of the deal.
Oh.
Haggle!
If it means getting Griselda, I'm willing to do it. But if you could pull some of your talkative magic, I know how you are with people, especially when you want to drink from them.
Let's roll and let's take a dramatic failure.
Alright. I mean,
Do you have any other weapons?
what's that?
Do you have any other weapons on you?
No. I mean, well, look at it this way. Our people have had such a long history together. We both know so much about suffering and dealing with such unknowns.
You want to roll that now?
Yes.
Let's roll that. I'm not going to give a bonus to that roll.
Manipulation plus empathy.
Streetwise, or presence, or whatever it was. Performance, or whatever.
Performance.
Whatever the skill was that you were going to use originally.
I was going to use
Persuasion.
empathy.
Is that your good number?
Yes.
Go for it. Jim Christ.
Oops. And that is 3.
Oh, alright, success. And that was to not have to give up the donkey, right?
Yeah.
Because he's very attached to his animals.
He's a very important part
Everyone
of our
rolls their
group.
eyes. And money is exchanged.
Even Asher rolls his eyes. It's just, let's just get this
We-
the fuck
we-
over with.
Everyone rolls their eyes.
Pleasure doing business with you. I'll tell everyone about your charity.
You have yourself a good bride.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
So,
Okay, you got your horses.
yeehaw.
So it's 2 to a horse, and you're going as slow as the donkey.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Oh,
Why don't just bury the donkey out back and then come back and harvest when the new one grows?
not potatoes.
I wait till he's asleep and shoot it.
What does everyone have against the donkey?
I'm
The
gonna use it in
donkey's
a
been
blood
so
ritual.
faithful. The donkey's back from when we were in an entirely different
The
system.
donkey survived so much and was unharmed versus we're dealing with PTSD.
It would be bad luck to lose the donkey now.
It's gonna be bad luck to take it along.
Feel bad for you guys.
You know what happened with the last donkey we had that slowed us down?
I don't think a donkey is slower than 2 horses that are moving at like overland travel pace.
Okay, we're gonna test that when we hurry across by tying
I'm
a
sure
rope.
people who ride would have a pretty good idea of how fast those things go.
Goes balance the law by taking some stuff off the donkey onto the horse, so everybody goes at the same slow speed.
I would guess that a laden, unled donkey is probably going to be slower than a...
I googled, which is faster, a horse or a donkey? Answer, a horse is faster than a donkey. The average top speed of a horse is 88 kph, 55 miles per hour. And for a donkey, is 24 kph,
We're
15 miles per hour.
We're talking about top speed in a run. We're not talking about
In a run
overland.
from the devil looking to chop your dick off in the middle of a lone
4
road,
times.
Ichabod Crane.
I'm sure it won't come up.
How well trained is this donkey?
It's a good donkey. It's well trained.
I mean more like,
It's
like
totally
did you train
trained.
to come back to you? if while you were sleeping, I pulled a Hansel and Gretel and pulled it out into the woods a ways, would it find its way back?
Maybe.
I guarantee you it'll find its way back.
Right now it's an NPC, so...
Take my axe.
Actually, it's actually the Mothman.
Alternatively, there is a question which is faster, a donkey or a basilisk. A donkey is faster than a basilisk.
We should test that.
Oh, D&D questions.
So yeah, I guess we begrudgingly pack up and prepare to leave with the fucking donkey.
A donkey is slower than a hippo.
The Charlie Hippo?
The donkey.
Oh,
A donkey is slower than an opossum. Its top speed is slower than a fucking dumpster rat that screams all the time.
so I guess that'll be your aspiration for today, to keep on following you alive.
Oh yeah, let's fucking pause and do aspirations.
Yeah.
Gang. Alright, and we're back. So, the gang has their goals set up for the session, and you, on your horses, with your donkey tailing behind at a clop, will leave Barovia and start to take the old Sphalic Road all the way to your first stop off, Valkai. I had said that spring was coming in, time's passed, we're deeper into spring-summer now, so the snow melts are mostly gone, things are starting to dry out and get hot for the brutal, uncaring Barovian summers, with the endless heat waves and forest fires. The woods are starting to, grow leaves and have plumage everywhere and, explode into different, bright, thick, dark colors from all of their leaves. As you head down the road, carved into mountain passes and hills, sometimes flat, sometimes dipping down, sometimes it's almost like a pretty hard angle up you have to climb. The Svalich Road is empty. There's not people on it when you're going through it, which is normal. Sometimes you'll have entire seasons where people just won't travel because it's a nightmare. But it's daytime, and you guys have a plan to drop off at old monasteries at night.
Yeah.
And then try to travel as quickly as possible to the next one in between. So the first night comes. You're in this old monk temple, like this place where old men would go and basically be quiet and just contemplate theology that for the many nameless religions that used to be around the Barovia itself. It's 2 stories. The ceiling of it has long since been destroyed and fallen off, so the second story is exposed. The main floor is full of just garbage, like plants and animal carcasses and nests and stuff. What do you do with it?
Salt on the windowsills?
Salt on the windowsills. Asher goes around checking the various accoutrements of a church. What church is this, or what's it for? What god is it for, or what saint?
One of the many nameless, empty religions that plague Barovia.
That's worrisome.
Because Barovia was full of like orders and stuff. It was basically like Wallachia, just full of little shrines and temples and stuff.
Radu cheerfully cleans up, looks a little tidier.
How big are the doors?
The doors on the main floor are 3 people across, maybe 3 people high. They're big double doors that are, damaged and broken on their hinges. The top floor did have doors, but the roof's gone, so the doors fell out and have just clambered into a ramp on the side.
I'll lead the animals inside, tend to them after their journey, feed them.
Sure thing.
I was just going to check for any signs that the place has been profaned at all, like holy symbols or anything like that have been profaned or otherwise
It's been abandoned and left to the elements, so maybe someone didn't, huck a broadsword through a crucifix saying that they don't believe in God, but it's definitely not been kept up.
Yeah.
Upon closer examination, you notice that there's blood weeping from the thing. We never actually mentioned that before. So yeah.
I'm going to use my eye for the strange to look for anything supernatural around here.
Okay, and what were you saying, Kevin? You were saying something.
I'm going to, if there's nothing like outwardly profane, then Asher's just going to do a offering to Ezra and whatnot. Those kinds of things. Prayer for safety and whatnot.
5 successes.
So an exceptional success.
Exceptional success.
Okay. Nothing overtly supernatural is in this place. It's just a temple, like a monk's monastery that's just been left dilapidated. Though there's like a basement cellar that has like wines and spirits that were left and preserves, and there's a rather large, big bulbous beehive-looking nest of moths down there.
Okay.
Like a few thousand.
Hey, Phineas, you're the moth expert around here.
Yeah, that's very, very interesting.
Yeah. Well, I guess we have to make sure they don't eat our clothes and so on, but if we don't disturb them, we should be fine.
Once the animals are tended to, I'll go and take a look at it and take my sketchbook and make a drawing.
When you get close to it, a lot of them leave the kind of nesting area and fly away, just into the area, clouding your vision. But the hive looks like a stretched man's face open up screaming, and that's where the moths are coming out of, eye holes and stuff.
I'll try and make a good drawing of it.
Okay. You do. Just moths falling out of the mouth. I mean, that's carved teeth and stuff.
I mean, if it was a boss,
Yeah, if everything seems fine, I guess we could just settle in for the night, start a fire.
Night falls. Are you guys doing anything to stay awake or stay on guard?
I think we're keeping watches.
Yep.
yeah.
Classic watch.
Classic watch. I guess I can start.
Alright, I was going to say, who's on first?
I'll be first.
I'll take the middle of the night.
And Radu gets up early.
That makes sense. You guys, you on first shift hear wolves in the forest. A pack of them. They're howling. They're calling to each other.
Well, I guess I try to listen in and figure out roughly where they are.
They're close.
With my keen ears. Okay. Okay. No, I don't do anything stupid here.
What would be stupid here?
Going out and playing with the doggies.
Alright.
Nice.
Another hour goes by. They're still calling to each other. And now you hear the distinct sound of animals being killed. Wolves being killed. The sound dogs making their hurt.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's something bigger in the roots.
That commotion goes on for an hour until you hear whimpering and then nothing.
No. That's fine. I do nothing.
Okay. How's your camp lit?
Well, we have... I guess we cut down some wood or grab whatever was left here. If there's anything.
Are you on the exposed second floor or are you on the main floor?
Main floor?
Probably the main floor, yeah.
It's you're keeping track on the main floor.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, I guess you're looking out a window or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
There were holes over there.
There are, like, church-like, where stained glass used to be windows.
Yeah. Maybe those.
Okay. You hear something jump onto the second floor, like a very distinct kind of thud of like animal paws.
I'm guessing it's something bigger.
It doesn't sound heavy, but it makes a very, very soft, consistent thunk. Like if you throw a pillow hard enough at something, it makes that kind of sound.
Okay. Well, I hope it's a large bird. Well, I guess my shift will be over soon, so I'll wake up the next person over.
It's 2 hours in!
I think there's like, what, 4 of us? So what, 2-3 hours for each person to sleep?
Yeah, that means you have another hour.
Fine, I'll do it myself. So it's a creaking up with my gun loaded. Check it out with the lantern.
Alright, with your lantern. Your lantern illuminates the roof as you're prepping to shoot and, like, you know, defend yourself. The roof is strewn with about 12 to 15 wolf bodies. Like, torn in half, decapitated. Some of the heads are mounted on the nearby timber and stuff with their heads open. And this place is just coated in blood.
Poor doggy.
That's not good. That's not good at all. I guess I close whatever hatch I opened, and if there's any latch, I latch it down.
The campfire on the first floor is going out, specifically because when you look like back to where you were at the campfire, a long, slender tendril covered in teeth and like octopus suckers has dropped a bunch of wet, bloody-soaked wolf gristle onto the fire. And in the moonlight, you can see it retreat back up out of the window.
I guess as it's 3D, I just shoot it.
Shoot her!
I shoot
It's a very small target.
Okay.
Alright.
I think the gunshot's likely to wake us up, maybe.
Oh, you mean the gunshot in an enclosed area that's going to give you guys all tinnitus?
That's the one. No, I should say, what? I can't hear you!
Mop. Mop. This is going to be a probably 3-die penalty, just for conditions.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes, and my rifle does plus for them, so 8 damage its way.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, you guys are woken up by gunshots as your rifle bullet goes through and fires at it as it retracts up.
Yeah.
It goes up too fast to see if you hit it.
Oh, what? Fuck, some tendrils coming up. They murdered the wolves. A whole pack of wolves.
The cracks in the ceiling and around the seams of like the doors and stuff are leaking blood down onto you guys, dripping down.
Oh,
Like you're woken up by like a splatter hitting your forehead a couple times.
wolf blood.
So you're waking up with
no,
red
no.
blood eyes.
Not again.
Is there a basement to this place? Like cellar?
Yeah, there's a cellar full of the moth nest.
You know what sounds safer than being up here?
Anywhere else?
Anywhere else.
We can't abandon the animals. It'll just chase us down into the cellar.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna kill your animals. As it clearly showed that it does.
Yeah.
Asher's gonna go for the horses and try to get them down into the cellar.
We don't know how reasonable that is, so you might want to.
Cellar. You know that the cellar isn't big enough to fit horses. It's like a drop cellar.
Is there anywhere else safe in here? Like doors that we haven't entered, safe?
This place has been gutted out and is missing a lot of its like doors and windows.
I don't think there's anywhere
This has
safe in
to
this
be-
campaign world.
This has to be the demon again. There's nothing else it would be. And we know that if we hurt it enough, it'll disappear. Running into a corner isn't gonna help us.
Fair enough.
Roddy just gets his axe ready and keeps his eye out for, and gets one of the lanterns lit.
I'll go calm the animals because they're probably spooking.
Yeah, they're spooky. They can feel something's wrong.
They can see the wolf carcasses extinguishing the fire.
Asher's gonna start pushing pews over so that we have like kind of a base,
Defensible position.
defensible base we can put the horses in the middle of.
Sure. Yeah, there's like you could probably find a room that doesn't have windows, so you can kind of just board yourself up into.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys check the fire, like as you guys are moving stuff around and getting your things?
Well, I said I was lighting the lantern so that the fire is.
So you have light.
So we have light. We're not until darkness.
The gristle and viscera that was left in the fire to put it out because it was so like moist and whatever has wolf heads, 3 of them that look like they've been clamped together with like punctures or something, and their eyes and mouths have been sewn up.
I don't think that's a very lucky sign.
I think you're right.
You weren't fucking kidding.
Should I check the handiwork here as a medical professional?
It looks like... Okay, yeah, go over to it and just hang out.
I'm gonna just use my shaken condition here to just like be paralyzed with whatever's going on here out of fear.
You're just standing there.
Yeah.
Alright, behind you, as you guys are prepping and stuff, you can hear that trap door start to like yank up and pull a bit.
We're good. We can go in there.
Like to the second level that you locked. And then you see what looks like a sort of knife go in between the seam of the door and the wall and start to kind of slide over, looking for the latch to flick it open.
I'm paralyzed with fear.
Is there anything heavy nearby, like a big statue? or
There's
something?
garbage everywhere, yeah.
Someone help me topple a statue on it.
I'll give you a hand.
Remember, this is upstairs. The upstairs.
Okay, is there a way to like push a statue so that it can't, or like to block
Usually
the
it
entrance?
opens
basically, or-
upwards, so that
Yeah, it opens up. So you'd have to start stacking debris up there.
Okay. Is there anything big we can push over that will just kind of block up the area?
Yeah, there's like fast release and stuff you just yank down and start stacking.
Yeah. Okay. A knife, you said? Like
It looks like a knife, like it's slender and it's hard to see because the light is not consistent here, but it's thin and it's going in between and just looking for the latchy close and trying to cut it.
okay, I'm gonna try to block that up.
You
Then.
can hear soft growling coming from the roof as you're standing there, not moving.
Nice doggy.
So yeah, just gonna try to block that up.
Alright, you can do that. What are you two doing?
I'm assisting Ashley. He wanted some help.
Lights, lanterns. Make sure they're all lit and they're around, so that there's no. We won't just be plunged into sudden darkness.
Okay. So yeah, there are windows on either side. There's the door. You hear something at the door. How is the door barricaded?
Well, Ratty wasn't doing that, so that's an excellent question. Did you guys say you put the pews in front of it, or anything like that?
There'll probably be furniture in front of it, yeah, or like a big wooden block.
You guys took care of this?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you put down like a guard thing? Like the barricade thing?
Yeah.
If one of those was intact, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, something is like that thing that was by your door is gone, and at the front door, something long and slender has gone in between the cracks of the door and is moving up and lifting up the barricade.
I take my axe.
The barricade, by the way, like that bar, that crossbar, is very heavy. And it's just slowly
I'm
lifting it up.
taking my axe and I'm hacking down on the
Tendril.
on the tendon.
Sure. Melee it. No penalty because you can see pretty well. This thing was taking advantage of you not being able to see at the moment because it just put out the fire.
That's
You had to adjust your torchlight.
I'm going to remove 3 dice. 1, 2, 3. So 3 successes.
How much damage does your axe do?
I used the -3 dice to gain +1 damage, so I believe that's 6.
Okay. All right. So your axe goes. Are you like attacking the thing or the crossbar?
No, God, the thing! I'm trying not to hit the crossbar.
Because it's
That
under
would
the
be-
crossbar, pushing it up. So I'm assuming you're swinging
yeah,
it
like
up. Or
I know I'm swinging down, but I'm assuming that this thing is not like unless it's like right at the back. I thought you said it was coming up like this, so I'm kind of like
it's
no,
more
that's-
like here's the
crossbar.
crossbar, and it's just.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, in that case, I didn't realize. I thought it was
No,
lower.
that's fine.
I'm gonna try and whack it back, basically. With the
Whack-a-mole, hammer style.
whack-a-mole it.
Sure. Yeah, you do. You actually hit it straight on and push it out, and you hear this kind of slipping, kind of wet soaking sound, and almost like the sound of a whip in a whiplash. All right, you guys finished blocking off the top floor.
Mm-hmm.
What y'all doing now? You get a full turn of actions before this thing tries again.
Do we have the door to the cellar also blocked off?
No.
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna go throw that open.
Okay, it's open.
Okay. And then I'm gonna get my shotgun.
It's a good thing to get.
Alright, what to do? Are there any other areas that it could break in through easily?
Windows.
The windows.
There's a lot of those, I assume, since this is a...
Yeah.
But
Sure,
didn't
sure.
try that first. Interestingly. Yeah.
Maybe it's not that smart.
Maybe the windows are kind of small and wants a
And
bigger
can't-
entrance you
yeah.
can go through. So, well, I just ready my gun, pointed towards the windows.
Can't think in Barovia.
Okay. What did you... What is it you saw?
A whole lot of mangled wolves,
I mean the thing that's trying to get in.
a
You see any
long
of it?
tendril. It tossed those wolves here on the campfire. Came from that hole there in the ceiling.
So you saw a tendril.
Yeah.
The
If it
wolf
has-
heads, like the meat, has a large triangular mark on it with like holes and hook scrapes into it, where like it looks like whole strips were like just ripped out, almost like the shape of like a clothes iron.
If it has an actual physical form now, it might be gaining in power.
I guess. Any of you are familiar with some supernatural stuff to analyze those holes?
Can I maybe use my occult skills to figure out what the hell is attacking us?
Occult and animal can work.
Well, definitely occult for me. And I suppose this isn't a superstitious thing that is known on these roads.
No, this is new.
Okay, cool. I'll just roll.
Called an int. or
If anyone had an animal can, I wanted to roll it.
Okay. With int?
4 successes.
Yeah, int, yeah.
I succeed.
So success.
Success.
You know what octopus are, and that was an octopus tentacle.
Okay.
You, being from here, the lake of like Lake Barovia or Lake Krezk or Lake Valakai, like the big lake, the freshwater lake, has giant sea monsters in it that have tentacles like that.
So it's a sea monster.
Are we close to water?
No,
No.
not even a little.
But again, demonic power.
And you did a cult?
Yeah.
When he shot the thing, because you were awake when that happened, it didn't look like it was hurt, and when you stabbed it with your axe, you pushed it back, but didn't feel like you got any purchase. So, you can tell there's something weird with that. There's something going on there.
I don't think this thing is going to be phased much by conventional weapons. We might need silver or something. I don't know.
Maybe fire?
It did,
It
seem
did try
just
to put
like
it out.
fire.
Then again, I've got a magical gun here.
Fire. Let's go with fire. Torches.
An hour's going to go by and it's not going to do anything.
Okay.
Another hour's going to go by. Do you do anything in those 2 hours of downtime you have?
We got some torches ready. So, do you want to try and throw this open? I don't think it's going to back off.
First hour I'm relieved. The second hour I start to suspect it's up to something.
It's up to something.
It hasn't done anything for a while. I'm thinking, well, I guess I'll try to get some rest here. Won't do us any good to be, tired
The
of
animals
the
are freaked the fuck out.
Maybe take my coat and go down to the basement. It seems to be safer.
Oh yeah, that hornet's nest you linked? That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
You're probably the best one at like calming the horses and whatnot.
Yeah, I think I'll be working on that, keeping them from panicking.
Asher's going to work on making a really big fire. Like just using, whatever you can find, just make a big bonfire.
Okay. As hour 2 ends, you hear a large roaring sound and something is battering itself against the door. Like full on. Like it's heaving inward and you hear a wounded roaring noise.
Maybe switch bodies.
Or maybe it's like trying to get in because it's being hunted. A bear?
Sounds like a bear.
Alright. One of you help me barricade more.
I think I gotta stay with the horses or they're gonna panic.
Oh yeah, a fucking bear there. That's alpha predator territory.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a little bit. They're gonna have a little horse heart
Is
attack.
there a little? There's no holes in the door or anything like that, like a peephole or anything.
Yeah, sure, totally, if you want.
Oh, I was just wondering if someone would stick a gun out of that. But
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, totally, if you want.
Don't really think sticking your eye up to it like this would be such a good idea.
Yeah, you hear clawing and battering and shooting.
Okay, well, I'll try to find a good position where I can maybe see some fur that
Yeah, totally.
Like,
Black bear.
okay, I unload into it.
All right. Oh, that's gonna really startle the animals, by the way.
Good thing we bought war horses.
See, the shape knows it can't get to you, but it also knows if it scares your horses to death, you'll be much slower. Spoiler alert, that's its plan, to scare your dumb animals to death.
So 3 successes, so 7 damage.
A little unconventional, eh? 7 damage?
Yep.
Sure, yeah, your gunshot blows through the door and hits something, and you hear something screaming.
I'll use my elven propensity for animal kin to calm them.
Oh my god.
use your elven powers.
What do your elf eyes see?
Hey, do they work like birds? If you cover their eyes, they'll be less frightened because they can't see things.
Actually, yes.
You cover their ears.
Horses are dumb. Real dumb.
Cover their eyes.
Yeah, let's cover their eyes, try and plug their ears.
Yeah.
If you put, like, a bed next to them and then a spike bed next to that bed, they will throw themselves onto the spike bed. Horses are dumb animals.
So yeah, I guess we just do the whole, it's like sirens. You just cover their, their eyes and fill their ears, and they'll be fine.
Alright.
Use some hot wax.
Roll animal kin and manipulation or whatever you want to do, presence.
Tell them you love them very much.
Or follow me, teach them how it's done.
Success.
Okay, yeah, you're able to calm the hell down. Okay, and you shot, you two got the horse plan. Are you doing anything?
I'm mainly keeping an eye out and the axe ready because I don't really see Radu helping much in this situation. Other than if things were a little less grim, he'd probably put out some more lucky signs and things like that, and signs of warding. But that's all he can really do, and it's not going to do jack shit. So.
Okay. On this round, the bear, which has been shot and is out there attacking your door, is still pressing on the door and starting to cave like the actual door bar inward.
Does any of us have a sword? Because if it's ramming into it, if we stick a sword out at the right time, it's going to impale itself.
With a bayonet,
Is that long?
I mean, they're kind of lengthy.
Sorry, I'm an axe man.
Axe it between the cracks.
Yeah, we need something, because these doors are probably pretty thick if it's managed to stand up to a bear, so we need something long that it can just impale itself on. The sooner we get
or
that
another
on-
bullet.
Yeah, I mean, bayonet into its head, pull the trigger.
Yeah, because I don't think we're going to be able to scare it off. It's probably more afraid of whatever's out there than it is of...
Well, it's backing away from the door now. The doors are open. You can see that its eyes have been clawed out. Like they're fresh wounds.
Stupid thing.
Yeah, it has bear on its head and on its shoulders. There are bare spots of torn flesh in that same shape all over it.
Okay, so I guess I'll try to bayonet it in the face, whatever, but to the
Yeah.
crack.
Yeah, you can bayonet in the face. Roll bayoneting.
Okay. A success. And bayonet has +2, so 3 damage. Oh, minus his defense.
It doesn't really have a defense score right now. It's doing the berserker thing where it just does more damage and attack and doesn't choose to defend ever.
It's going
3
to beat us
damage.
to death with its bare hands.
3 damage, along with what you did 8 earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough to kill it. You spear it through the eye gore into its brain, and it like just keeps jerking around, and then it drops dead.
Okay, I think that's dealt with.
You can see beyond it. There's a hill, and just kind of pressing over it is a shape that looks predatory and has large tendrils coming up over it, and it just slinks back down and away out of sight.
Fucking giant squids.
An hour's going to go by.
I don't think we're gonna sleep tonight.
There it is. You guys don't sleep, so you're now tired. Alright. Dawn breaks.
Everyone, conserve your willpower.
You don't get willpower back.
Yeah.
You probably have maybe 4 more churches you have to in between before you're at home run.
Is home run...
Valakai.
Here's what I think we should do. One of us will stay awake and ride the front horse. We'll tie the other one to it, as well as the donkey. The rest of you can sleep on horseback.
I could probably jury rig up some kind of sled that the horse could pull, and people could sleep in that. Because sleeping on horseback seems like a good way to fall off, get injured.
Tucker's for Reef died. Eventually.
Just something. We can't. We're not going to make it the entire journey back if none of us sleep.
Yep.
Unless we want to hurry up the horses.
Is this time for the talk?
The
I think
horses
it's
did not get well slept either.
Exactly.
See if they were giraffe, they'll be fine, because giraffe just nap for 15 minutes at a
You
time.
can't work the animals to death.
You're right.
Not with that attitude.
But if we go as slow as we've been going, we're not going to make it back home. And if we die, the donkey's going to die anyway. If we leave it close enough to a civilized area, they'll wander there, or another tradesman will find him and take him in.
I'm not going to abandon him.
It's not
But
abandonment.
If we find a good home...
Do you want to put it out of its misery?
Phineas,
No, I don't want to put it out of its misery.
you do realize what's at stake here. Like, if we
There-
wait on this donkey, if we wait on you,
We ride for the rest of the day. If we find a spot along the way where there's some kind of civilization, farm, stand, a trader, whatever, I'll pawn the donkey off onto them. If we reach the end of the night and we haven't encountered anything, then we make some hard choices.
what'll that hard choice be?
We'll find out at the end of the night.
Yes, we will. I don't want to have to make this choice for you, Phineas, but one of us is going to have to.
Aspiration complete.
I don't think so yet.
I mean,
Not until the end
you
of the
confronted
night.
it. Sure.
It's coming.
We haven't culminated on it yet, so... Yeah, so I guess someone at the front is going to be awake, the others are going to sleep on this jury-rigged sled.
Sure, roll being an inventor man to see how well these assholes sleep.
Success.
You're good.
Almost a full success, very exceptional.
Almost critical, yeah. Or exceptional.
Alright, y'all be good. So, you get to sleep and get back your willpower, people who are awake. Oh boy.
I'll stay awake since I'm the best leading the animals and also the most on the lookout for anyone along the way.
Ooh, Asher's still hurt from last time.
Yep.
So, night is starting to fall and you get to your next church along the way. It is a small abbey, like a tiny, maybe one family church that had like a prayer area in the front, had a graveyard, and it looks like there used to be a small community village before a flash flood took it out. By flash flood, I mean like an avalanche turned into water and just killed everything. Mountains. This place is mountainous.
So we didn't encounter anything on the way.
Nope.
They only attack at night, mostly.
Alright, what are you doing? Who's taking watches? How are you preparing? You could probably get the horses into this house.
Yeah, We're not leaving them outside.
Well, I'll look for some supernatural stuff. If there's anything creepy here as
There's
well.
nothing magic in this house.
Okay.
Reinforce the door. Close any available windows.
The supernatural thing hasn't arrived yet. You're getting time to prepare.
Put up a
I
couple.
mean, it's a roll, and with rolls comes extra successes, and with these come
Do a
feats.
couple lucky rituals. Check for any like holes or areas where monsters are likely to jump in.
About what time do we get to this church?
Probably around 9 p.m. That's when the sun's starting to go down. You're in summer. Also, it's 9 p.m. right now, and look outside.
You know what I'm going to do is, to avoid the same issues as last time, I'm going to take some fences, or I'm assuming there's like a wrought iron fence or
Yeah,
something outside. I'm
definitely.
going to set them outside in the same, like those force barriers and whatnot. So if anything tries to ram into one of the windows or whatnot, it'll get impaled.
Sure, you can do that. This place has a main floor that was like a family room. Like it wasn't like a normal modern house. It was like big family room that is also a kitchen, and then bedrooms for like probably the mom and pa and the kids, and that was it. And then it has a basement that is also a preserve cellar, another moth nest down there, and it has an attic. Also the praying area at the front.
What's in the attic?
Stuff like boxes of clothes,
Creepy dolls.
Yeah, carvings, maybe, bones, like from like someone was a hunter and was like taking the bones apart and leaving them up there for like, turning into things people turn bones into. Dead
Well-
rat marionette feeders.
Sounds like some fuel for the fire. Precious memories.
Yeah, there's a fireplace
We want to block that
and a
out.
chimney.
Or we can start a fire, and that way it won't be able to go down because the fire will be constantly going. But then again, if it drops
Let's
the
get
door
it
down
probably
again-
drop some more severed
I mean-
wolf heads.
Literally, what I was imagining is just a fountain of blood going down the chimney onto your
One
fire.
of the wars, like, you take the chimney, you plug it with a wolf corpse, and then you've got monoxide poisoning.
Yes, the silent kill.
Is there like a hatch for it? Like, like they do with fireplaces.
Yeah, there's like a flue toggle.
Yeah, I'll close that and find a way to break it so that it stays shut.
Jam it in place.
We know how this thing operates now, so if it followed us, we can probably counter a lot of what it tries to do.
Put spikes on the roofs. What do you do for birds?
Like, it has sharp tendrils, it seems like, but it doesn't seem to have the strength to,
Home renovation of Ravenloft edition.
break things.
Pimp my hiding spot.
Like, if it broke the glass, but it cut itself on it, so it probably is going to try to avoid that.
Donkeys are smaller than horses.
Donkeys are smaller than horses.
Can the donkey fit down the cellar?
Pocket
There's like
donkey.
preserves down there and stuff, like fishing gear.
I'm going to take Bartholomew down into the cellar.
Okay. There's like a small lake like nearby the property. It's like a pond. It connects to a creek that connects to the larger rivers. That's why it gets fish.
Let's go fishing at night.
That's how it transfers here, through the rivers.
No, I was just explaining
Yeah.
that there's a pond with a creek.
You just like saying that word.
I love the word. It's a magical word. The crick. I'm watching a lot of Appalachian Monster Hunter shows.
Yeah.
They're so rednecky. It's perfect.
I guess we base all of our defenses on what we encountered last time.
Who's taking watch the first night?
I'm thinking the last watch tonight. I want some sleep.
I'll take the first watch.
I don't think I'm going to be doing much sleeping. So,
We
you
be
want to
saying
go
goodbye
ahead
to
and rest.
Oh, okay.
You're going to be saying goodbye to Bartholomew.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you.
You took the first watch?
Yes.
So you're in the main floor looking out the windows. Shotgun ready.
Yes.
Ready to stand your ground?
No. I'm going to go down into the basement with Bartholomew.
Oh god, you're not even keeping watch? You
Well,
piece
I'll,
of shit!
I'll be back in a moment.
I'm gonna throw myself down the stairs just to teach them a lesson.
I'm going to go down with my shotgun.
Alright.
I'm going to go in front of the moth face. With the
Alright.
thousands of moths coming out. I'm going to say, I'm going to consecrate this sacrifice to you so that the other one doesn't get it. And then I'm going to shoot my donkey.
You're gonna shoot Bartholomew? In his face? In a ritual to your weird science fiction god?
Very much so, yes.
All right, that's
ritual sacrifice.
That is
Powers
an
test.
integrity check, and that is probably also a powers check. But we will get into that later. Hey, buddy. All right, so you blow your donkey's brains out in front of the statue to the Mothman.
Yeah.
No.
And then I go back upstairs.
All right, there's a blood spray, and it makes the moths freak out, and the actual thing falls over. And when like the nesting gets free, it's actually like a vast statue of someone.
What kind of statue? What does it look like?
It's a statue of a man with his mouth open, and he looks very stern, and he has like a holy symbol in his hands.
Is it small? Can I take it?
Yeah, you just
I'll take it. I'll take it upstairs.
Add that to your inventory. You fucking blowhard throwing your goddamn donkey brains out.
So when you get the stairs,
Also,
Asher's
shotgun sounds are loud.
yeah,
Oh yeah. What the hell?
Asher's gonna have his crossbow at the ready, aiming at the fucking cellar door when you open it.
No, they got him.
I don't say anything. I just put the shotgun down.
What the fuck was that?
With the donkey spray.
We made some hard choices.
He's covered in blood.
Pushes past you and down to the cellar because that could mean a lot of things. Like he killed the horses so that
There's 4/5 of a donkey down there. Guess which fifth is missing?
The ass part.
Asher heads back up, closes the cellar door, kind of props up a chair underneath the doorknob, and just goes and lays back down.
That's amazing. Very good, Tyler. Well, looks like you got your goal.
I did. I won.
Shall I throw in a?
Yeah. So, do you see Bartholomew's stay safe?
Yeah, I'm not getting my goal.
I got something better. I got loot.
I mean, take it to the Bartholomew, just cram it into Griselda, pull another muff out.
I was hoping if I could get him to Valak, he would be okay. But
Ooh-wee.
The night passes.
Nothing happens.
Especially the octopus was gonna break it, and then he saw that. He was like, oh my god.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
I'm gonna give you guys a moment.
I mean, that's one part of my goal complete.
What?
Well, the octopus goal to get rid of our animals, right? One is
There
gone.
you go.
Two more.
Alright, you got 2 more churches to do.
okay. So if the night passes without incident, I'll when people wake up, I'll say, you know me as a man of science, right?
More or less.
Sort of.
I've
Of
done
course, I
science since
consider you a
Valley
man
for
of
Dead.
letters. You are a man of letters.
I'm testing a hypothesis. There are forces at play here. Vast forces, way beyond our ken. Some are obviously malevolent, like the demon that's hunting us. Some are neutral, like Gilgamesh. But I believe that there are other benevolent forces. Forces that exist as well. Forces that might help us.
Asher immediately perks up and puts two and two together. He's like, no. That's what that was?
I'm trying to get some bigger guns on our side.
Who was it for?
The Mihir. The Mothman.
The arbiter of doom.
And also protector of children.
Well, that doesn't help us.
Yeah, he just kind of looks around at us.
Just because we're helpless doesn't mean we're children.
Like I said,
Haven't we
I'm
all
working on a
sacrificed creatures to the Mothman? I mean, isn't that something everyone does at least once in their life? Usually when they're a little younger.
but back in Barovia, when you guys were sleeping, I went out at night, and I entered into a sort of a deal.
Sort of a deal.
I'll admit I'm not entirely clear on the terms.
So soldier sold to the devil, and didn't even check the fine print.
That's an interesting way to put it.
Well, I guess I'll be sticking with my gun each time.
I thought you already did.
I mean, yes, of closer.
So, given that I was at that orphanage where the Mothman was kind of a common issue, and that my character is sort of well versed in occult matters, which I guess sort of encompasses religion, I guess. How often does the Mothman just like eat children or do anything like that? Like, I know we're not supposed to worship, but I mean, obviously.
How many times does he demand human sacrifice?
Yeah.
The Mothman isn't a god to worship. It's a thing that it's a grim. It foretells doom. It's not like that.
Okay.
It's not like that.
Working on a theory.
Has there ever been any mention of it making a deal with someone? How do you know what the thing that you encountered that you made a deal with was the Mothman?
I had a good feeling.
I'm gonna backhand him.
I mean,
Like he literally just backhands him. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Something approached you. You know when that demon finally started appearing to us and chasing us?
that was after that.
Yeah, he was after that. Before that, it had never appeared to us. How do you know that what you encountered and what you signed something with was the Mothman?"
Also, why did you go out at night?
We wouldn't let me out during the day.
Sure we would. But by then you weren't crazy.
I don't have a good answer to that one. I'm sorry.
Look, so far, the evidence has backed out my hypothesis.
What evidence?
Well, I was going to be eaten by a wolf, and then I made a deal, and I wasn't. We were attacked by the demon creature, and then I sacrificed Bartholomew, and we weren't.
I can't really argue that right now. But-
Okay, so what? You're gonna be sacrificing those horses as well for each night?
Look, we can't.
Look, it's
we
costly.
can't take on the demon on our own. It's vastly more powerful than us.
That's why we made a deal in the village for help.
Someone will help us.
There's nothing we can do about this now. Let's get on our horses and
We ride.
yeah, he has no idea how to approach that. It's
Excellent, guys.
How's
Excellent. All
I
right,
confess to that bargain.
there we go. We're just throwing
And I
all.
lose my guilty condition.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
Aha.
All right. So, you guys make good time on the horses now that you don't have certain problems holding you back. You're able to get to Valakai in one church stopover. One more. Night falls. You push the horses to get to the the furthest one you could, passing over the known good one. All right. This one is bigger. It's 2 stories again. One side of it's collapsed in. It has big doors. It looks like people used to live here. Same kind of nameless monastery. Cellar, 2nd floor and 1st floor. Half of it's collapsed. Graveyard out back. So what do you do?
Grab a few pieces of the rubble. Hopefully it's not holding up anything else.
No, you should be good.
And bring that in to reinforce where we can.
I look for supernatural.
In here? Really, no. There's another one of those moth nests in the basement.
Efenia, something for you, I guess.
I'm gonna clear it and look behind it. Sort of gently remove it.
Another statue to that guy.
I'll take it and I'll come up to Rad and I'll go, "Hey, Radu, what do you make of this? You ever, you know your way around this kind of thing. Is this guy familiar to you at all?"
Superstitions? No, dramatic failure.
Well, it's a failure. Do you choose to make it dramatic?
Why not?
I
It's
can
a
think of a
statue,
couple
Ezra.
reasons.
Oh, okay. Yes, Ezra.
Yes, this man is clearly Ezra.
Statue of Ezra. Ezra's a man.
You already did.
Oh, okay.
Ezra, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you doing your normal prayers and consecrations?
Me? Oh, yeah. Pretty much every stop he's done, he's been doing that to Ezra.
I'll go and bring you the statue of Ezra and be like, here, this might be useful in your ritual.
This statue of a man.
Yeah, Radu told me it was Ezra.
Dangerous.
It was a what?
Radu told me it's the statue of Ezra.
Asher just puts a hand on Phineas' shoulder. It's like, do you know anything about Ezra? Do you have a moment
I know it's a statue.
for Ezra,
We have a moment to talk.
the Lady of the Mist?
No, but I
The
also
Lady of the Mist.
Oh.
Kind of
I
makes
kind of look
eye
back at
contact.
Radu.
Yeah, Ezra, the dwarven god of craftsmanship.
Sorry to bother you.
No, it's no problem. Lady of the Mist.
So how do you home alone this place?
Same way as last time.
Has a chimney. Has a fireplace. Big fire pit.
Block that off.
There's a few dead bats in there.
We got a couple of bit of extra bits of rubble from the other area we can.
I'm gonna hang little bits of metal and cups and what's not from the various windows and things. So if anything pushes through, it'll make some noise.
And of course,
There'll be no creeping tentacles.
And of course, Radu always carries his lucky garlic and puts up a horseshoe and all that nonsense.
Garlic's probably a good idea, given we're next to a graveyard where vampires could be lurking.
Maybe we should also arrange the pews into a secondary barricade inside as well, so that we don't end up doing that in a hurry later.
And Usher adds his happy penny to the horseshoe and the wilts.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna heavily barricade the place the same as last time. Cover up all the areas where like a tentacle could get in.
Okay.
I mean, we're just running with the assumption that it could be following us because
Who's on first shift?
I haven't slept in 2 days.
I'll go first.
All right. First shift. It's 10 p.m. Well, it's probably like 11 because it's work, racing against the sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First hour, nothing. Second hour, you start hearing a lot of birds in the forest. They sound like, like birds and wings.
Okay. Asher's just kind of humming a song about children getting lost in the woods, and just occasionally
Go to the woods at night.
basically, one of those cautionary songs mothers sing to their children about not going to the fucking woods. And occasionally he's just like peering out one of the windows.
My side Jesus believes in the free market. Strange elven song.
Right? And yeah, just crossbow on the table next to him.
You hear a sudden like change in the air as the windows all blow out.
Always on my shift.
All the windows blow out because a bunch of bats and crows and owls are flying through it. And not just the windows. They're hitting the side of the church and flying straight through the window and crashing into things, killing themselves. Like they're in a frenzy.
Quick, get a coat hanger!
He's just gonna throw himself to the floor under a table.
Yeah, there's like an entire few hundred birds and bats and stuff flying in through here.
Yeah. I'm not gonna call out to anyone because they're like gonna be woken up by this as well. So yeah.
Where are the horses?
They're inside with us.
Okay, so they're seeing this.
I mean, they're blindfolded. and you
They're blindfolded. All right, you've muted and deafed them. Very good.
You go to your sleepy place.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you guys awake now?
I can't imagine how we could possibly not be, considering I'm sure we're hearing this kiki, kiki, and all that other nonsense.
Well, but
Dead
then
stuff
Shelly.
everywhere.
Christ.
All right, you're awake.
What the hell was that?
What the fuck do you think it is? How many windows are there?
There's like 8.
How many are they pouring in through? All of them? 4?
Yes.
I'm gonna grab the table I'm under and try to heft it up against the window they're flying in through to block off one of them at least.
Sure. After about 10 minutes, they stop, and you still have an entire place full of flying animals.
I guess open the windows up so they can get out somehow.
I don't think we need to open the windows. I think they're all blown out.
Well, hunker down, cover my exposed so I know they don't suck my blood.
The ravens.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to check your horses.
Bite marks?
Yep.
God
I'm gonna take one of the torches and just,
God damn it!
kind of just start swinging it over the horses, not like to ward anything away.
Very good. Yeah, a few bats bit them because they were all frustrated and freaked out. So yeah, your floor is littered with dead animals.
Rowdy starts sweeping them to the.
Into the fire.
Oh yeah, that's gonna smell great.
The window. The window.
Actually, that's probably a better idea.
Yeah. You got an outside problem now.
Asher's not gonna do that because that's probably something that chased them here, so we're probably waiting for that now. So
Yeah, we'll just live with the dead animals.
I
for
mean,
the night.
probably enough of them crash on the side of the thing that there's already a big pile outside as well. So it just we're moving the problem from the inside out, piling it down on that side.
he's just moving from window to window with his crossbow out, just keeping an eye out on.
Dense forest.
Of course, there's only one
Maybe
floor.
you can see something walking, like creeping between trees in the back.
The natural habitat.
It's the Slender Man.
Quick, grab some of them that are still alive and sacrifice them to the Mothman.
So we can't see something out there though. Like,
No, maybe you catch hints of stuff moving in the forest, but a big thing just moved through the forest.
yeah, that's just freaking Asher out because he thinks he sees something at least, and that's all that matters right now.
Yup.
Oh, God damn, we've got company.
An hour's gonna go by.
Guess who's not sleeping again tonight?
Nobody.
You guys can hear outside the sounds of scraping and crunching.
Oh, we.
From everywhere or one direction?
From one direction. From the back of the church.
Where the graves are. Alright, is there a window back there?
No. There's only 4 on each side and the main entrance.
Oh, damn. Don't want to go outside, but also there could be things.
I mean, if they are out for flesh, they've got plenty of dead birds and bats, so I hope they'll be fed tonight.
So a lot of things you see in a graveyard.
What time is it?
Oh,
Midnight-ish?
1 a.m.-ish. Yeah, 1 a.m. I think, because 2 hours went by.
I guess I'm going back to sleep.
We could ride for it.
You could.
That is a terrible idea.
If these horses are sick now, there's
It'll-
only so long they can last before they start.
It'll take him a while to get sick. We could ride him to death tonight. We could ride to a burial.
That might be what we need to do. I don't think it's safe here. I think we need to get out of here.
Really?
Yes, really.
Okay. Well, do whatever you guys want.
Yeah.
General, there's an old proverb. People who go around outside at night die horribly.
I'm gonna start getting the horses up.
Okay, that's going to take some time, because you're going to have to get ready to make your escape and stuff.
Mhm.
Barricaded places.
Yeah.
Yeah, start prepping him.
You hear a thudding sound coming from outside.
Around back again?
No, near one of the windows. Like there's 8 windows, like 4 on each side, and you hear like thudding against each of the windows, but not against the glass. The glass is gone.
Like knocking or just
Yeah, almost knocking.
Someone shine a lantern.
Just shine pointing at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't see anything in the window, but you do definitely hear like knocking sounds. And then it stops, and then it catches up with the next one.
Those tentacles are just fucking with us around.
Like, is there a pattern to it at all, or is it?
It stops when it knocks on one of the windows, and the foundation around it gives a little.
Like it's testing?
Yeah, it sounds like it looks like it's testing the cage.
Yeah.
As you're getting ready to leave and stuff like that. It's going to take time to get them all prepped and ready to go.
If we burst out and make a run for it, I think that might be our best bet.
Smashing sound. A large coffin smashes through the window frame into the middle of where you guys are, and it breaks open.
An ancient moldering body pops out.
No, a woman pops out in funeral garb, so she looks pale and has bat ears. She is like tumbling with the crash.
What are the chances she's here to help?
It's probably easy enough to tell what a vampire looks like from all the stories.
It's a vampire! It was in a coffin!
Yeah, Asher's immediately going for the front door and like trying to rip it off its hinges to get out.
It's fair. At the windowsill, you can see like tendrils that were like on the inside of where you guys are, just kind of staking their way back in because it had to put a lot of effort to smashing that through.
Oh, so that's out there.
Yeah.
Roddy he has another old
Well, it can't go in.
old
but
wise
it
person,
it could send things in.
an old wise proverb. And that's if a vampire suddenly appears in front of you, hit it with a big axe.
Oh wait, is she stunned right now? Like, is she...
No, she's smoking a bit and running for one of the open windows.
Oh, she can't come in without being
you're not
invited.
yeah.
She was not. She did not give consent to this
Operation.
action.
She's getting the fuck out then.
Like she makes the vampire hissing sound, and you'll probably never see her again. And she just crawls for one of the windows, like as she starts smoldering.
Okay, so
She runs to the windows that have garlic on them.
Yeah, she's. This was a different thing happening.
yeah.
She
Okay,
is part of a different module.
Seeing the tentacles out there, Asher just backs away from that fucking door now.
So,
Yeah.
you still going out? Assume that she gets out and make sure that she gets out.
Yeah, she like jumps out, and then there's like a bat flying away.
It threw a vampire at us. That
I mean, I think the church
But it
works.
didn't know that that wouldn't work. Like, it threw a vampire at us.
I mean, it's a large animal. It's not that smart.
It's smart enough to
It seemed
know.
pretty smart.
it threw a vampire at us.
It's smart to know what a bride of Satan's grave looks like.
It's a tool-using animal.
It understands the divinity of Christ and how to apply it against its enemies.
I mean, crows use, tools.
Crows use tools. Do crows understand the divinity of Christ?
I don't know. They look at it unbaptized to me. So
So this clearly isn't a sea monster, because sea monster seems to imply that a stupid beast that just looks up things. This seems
You've
like it's
never-
an actual demon.
have you been to sea?
Yeah, have you seen how smart an octopus is?
I assume it was a demon possessing a sea monster. That was
I mean,
my theory.
like even in aquariums, you have some octopus that learn the patterns of people walking by, so they can
Oh,
sneak into the other aquariums.
They're
Nibble.
hyper smart and
Yeah.
they eat everything.
That's actually why I don't eat.
Yeah.
I don't eat squid or octopi or anything like that.
That's
they're
what
people.
I do.
They're
I almost got to eat whales.
too close to
Oh,
sentient.
nice.
I was in the Arctic almost. Yeah, there's no nice for almost. It's just a lame story I tell.
Okay, so if it's demon possessed, we should start trying to treat it like a demon. Then let's.
It's tool using in that it used that vampire coffin to inject a vampire into the situation.
But it also threw a vampire as opposed to coming in itself.
Yeah, that's not for lack of trying though. It's trying to open the doors.
Is it?
Or that could just be to get the bear in and the wolves.
Yeah, again, it made the bear come in, it threw the wolves at us.
So the church is working.
Who here is, I don't know, monster hunter-y smart?
A cult?
Go for it. Get at least a success.
I'm assuming superstition will help.
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
No, only 3.
the first thing it did was put out your campfire.
Also, fire. Not a big fan. Clearly.
Yeah.
I'm not eager to light the place.
It may
we're
not be
living.
big on. It may not be big on light at all.
If you're
So,
been attacked during the day.
what if it came from that lake we were at? We lived there and then it connected to something?
I mean, the last church we were at had no water near it. I mean, how is it following us?
And the possessed house had claw marks outside of it. And there was a big animal in the forest following you.
Yeah. Maybe it's amphibian. It can just leave the water. It needs to come back for breeding.
Maybe it can take whatever shape it chooses.
I mean, yes, those are kind of flexible in that regard.
Alright, so knowing that it hates fire and is afraid of the sanctity of a church, but it can still throw things in here. I guess we have to make a big enough fire that it won't approach at all. Or enough light. Well, without setting the entire place on fire.
Yeah,
That would be the cabin in the woods.
If we set up everything on fire, that will help.
I mean, the forest fire will clear it right out.
But I think you're onto something. If we set up a big enough fire that we get light going out the windows, we stay deep within the church, maybe arm ourselves with torches.
The
We
next
just need to
time,
last till morning.
the next time this thing comes around, we could shine the lanterns.
Yeah.
Try that. Light the sensors and all that.
You guys create a bunch of light?
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea. Alright, so we're going to assume that the first floor of the church is illuminated.
Yep.
Is there any incense or anything like that?
Oh yeah, sure, plenty. Stock rooms.
Start lighting
basements.
that up. Yeah. Just start lighting all that up.
As you go into the basement to get incense and candles, because there's shit tons of candles. Have you seen medieval movies? There's candles everywhere. It's a fire hazard. Indiana Jones too. Like when they're in the Temple of Doom, candles all over. You're in the basement and you hear scratching and digging sounds.
Below.
From where specifically? Just
Like it's
everywhere?
coming from the wall.
Scratching and digging. Is it the same as what we heard when we were trying to get in other places?
It sounds similar to the grave digging you heard earlier.
Grave digging.
Like it's digging its way in.
Okay. You have to collapse the place.
Yeah. That would wipe us out real quick.
Or it gets in through the basement. Because that's where you are. You're in the basement, it's coming in through the wall.
Set up a big fire down here as well, so if it gets through, it can it'll be hurt.
I'm less concerned about a bonfire in the basement than having the main floor.
Yeah, true enough. It should be all stone supports and whatnot.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess we'll set a big fire down here as well. Hopefully that helps.
Alright. Yeah, after maybe, as you guys are setting the fire, maybe half hour later, 2 a.m., the wall starts to give a bit where the stone and the earth meet, and you see something kind of slinking its way in, like just the tip of something rubbery and with like teeth on the edge of it, and there's also like a layer of fur on it. And then like when the light's there, it just slinks back and leaves.
I guess we basically just gotta keep this up all night. Just
Yep.
applying fire where we need to.
Yeah, it's gonna keep trying to get to you guys.
Well, I'm gonna camp this out.
I'm very glad. Ryder's very glad on that first night his action was to go in to get the lanyard pulled through.
So yeah,
In fact, I'm going to call that protecting the group.
Yes. Yes.
well, I guess I'll take mine for figuring out something. No, wait, we don't know if this is the demon or not.
No, it's the demon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you figured it out. It's the demon. Well, it's not the demon, but it's close enough for your guys.
Enough.
You guys don't
from
know
what
any
our
better,
understanding is,
so it's fine.
That I'm going to take a point for figuring out
Yeah.
something to keep the demon.
So from 2:30 to 3, every once in a while, through one of the windows, a dead animal body's gonna be thrown through,
Okay.
like a bird or bat body. And what are you guys gonna do to that?
Sweep it towards the corner and bet pennies on whether the next one's going to be a bird or a bat.
Yeah, probably not throwing it back outside because it'll just throw it right back at us.
I mean, your bird feathers light nicely, no? Nah.
I wouldn't eat anything.
Oh, definitely not.
Well, that's...
I mean, set it on fire, it's stealth.
All right. 3 to 4, nothing. But around when 4 kind of hits, you hear scratching and movement and like a low chirping, squealing sound. That's coming from outside.
Horse.
Like it's trying to chase more birds and bats our way, or
It's chasing something our way.
What do you guys check?
Chirping, squealing, coming from outside.
Yeah.
Windows, roof.
Front door.
Nothing at the front door, nothing at the windows, nothing on the roof.
Chimney?
No.
Could be something that's digging, like some rodents.
in the basement?
That hole in the basement's bigger, and there's hundreds of rats that are just spilling out into the fire, running around on fire. Setting fires.
And it's filled with flammable things.
Yeah, it is.
I don't want to put that
Candles
fire
and shit.
Well, we only need to survive, what, 1-2 more hours?
until dawn. Yeah.
Yeah, I went and collected a few hundred rats. And just put them in one direction and scared them out of here.
If this place is going to go on fire, maybe we do need to ride. We've only got to do it for 1-2 hours. And once the smoke starts coming in through here, those horses are going with us or without us.
That is true. Shit. Sunrise is at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m.
It's 4 now, and we've probably got to 6 a.m., 2 hours till dawn breaks.
Okay. Probably no way to smother that fire without letting it get into the basement, basically.
Or, hey, there's only one of it. I could ride, see if it chases.
No, my friend. Roddy, though, will grab like a spare cloak or something, and just
Try to seal that.
well, he covers it with like water, and so that he basically puts it over top and closes the thing over top so the smoke is going to be
Yeah,
limited.
it creates a seal. The last 2 hours.
If it starts to become bad in here, we will leave quickly. But
Until then.
Only if we have no other choice.
we'll get some impromptu torches so that if we do get out of here, it'll be like with a torch. Yeah.
Horses are still saddled and ready.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how it's going to get to you guys. You hear a noise in the chimney, and then it stops. Like there's a banging sound. And like the flue's being forced, and then it stops.
I guess check whether it's not ganked up with something.
No, you guys forced it shut when you got here, like in the last place, so it can't get through the flue.
Is there any fuel in the chimney?
Any fuel?
Like, is
the fire
in the
area.
fireplace?
Like you guys had a fire in there.
Yep.
Yeah, because we have a fire in there. We good.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna just dump blood. It's the first thing I was gonna do. Someone's gonna open that flue and a bunch of old blood's gonna pour on through. Gross. You also hear like clicking on the roof when that's happening.
Does it seem like it's trying to go anywhere else, though, or is it just kind of wandering now?
I'm figuring out how to get to you guys. As time passes.
Well, we could start try to, it's a giant squid going around and start to hug this place and try to make it cave in on itself.
We have enough windows that if it tries to do that, we can just apply fire to any of them if they come in contact with the windows.
Alright. This is gonna suck. Okay. You hear sloshing and breaking sounds inside.
From where?
There was like a gravekeeper's shed. It's in the direction of that. You hear breaking sounds.
Nothing good sloshes.
Shine the lantern.
You don't have line of sight on it unless you leave.
Okay. We have to get tools to chisel away at the old mortar here.
What's kept in a gravekeeper's shed?
A utility shed.
Yeah.
You mean, well, it depends on the ground here. If it's just a
Shovels?
shovel, could be picks if it's really bad ground.
Things that it would need, that it could use, that it doesn't have on itself, though. It has those weird scythe.
Embalming fluids, possibly. That'd be more morticians.
There's no more.
You hear the sound of something breaking in front of the door.
Like a bottle.
like a barrel, and then there's liquid seeping under the door.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Embalming fluid?
Soil.
Flammable.
Oil. Okay, quickly, Radu grabs his cloak from back
Okay.
there, his water, and throws it down. So, like, it's not going to stop it, but it should limit the thing from.
Yeah.
There's splashing sounds outside, and then clicking, and then a glass breaking sound. The little bullseye lantern window's closed.
Might be time to go.
Yeah, the front door is on fire. It catches. It painted the door in oil.
Well, it'll keep itself out.
Do we have any other
Yeah,
exits?
it was like up on the roof and it just kind of dropped it over.
Flick.
Yeah.
Do we have any other way out of here?
Windows.
There are the windows you crawl through.
What about
horses?
the back? What about the back walls?
How
that
big
have
are
those
a,
ones?
Well, some of the back walls on the collapse side are weak, so you could probably, if you really put some effort into it, you could probably tear them down.
I mean, because we're not getting any here in the horses and the windows, and the front door is kind of.
You're clicking on the roof. Like
You can't climb up. There's another way to climb up the roof. I think.
you can go to the second floor and go through the attic.
Let's push the wall down, right? The
I mean-
horses out.
Yeah.
We have workhorses here. If we tie a rope like around the window, maybe just pull it in so it creates a bigger opening and then right through that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of you working together, you could do that.
Tie the horses.
Okay.
Then
We'll
pull
open the door somehow.
Yeah, just the moment they pull down the wall, we just cut the ropes and run for it.
All right. The collapse happens. You guys run out. Let's
Right.
change up the soundtrack.
Not so much.
Robot unicorn attack.
The four of you are on horseback. As you're running away from the church with the last hour before sunlight happens, you see it. It's the size of one of your horses. It's a panther, and it has large furred tentacles coming off of its back, and it's heading at you at full brunt. It has multiple eyes in the front of its head. They're all glowing purple and tracing. Yeah, it's a displacer beast. A Cavalite shadow cat.
Yeah. Ashley's gonna rip one of the burning sensors off the wall before we left, and he's just waving that.
I made sure
behind us.
everyone had gathered torches.
Yeah. Scented with.
I know, right? A blight cat. It's going to start chasing you guys. You need to get a lead on it that it can't keep up with. It's not as fast as a full-grown draft horse.
You give her.
No, this is your domain now. What are you guys going to do to slow it down to get that lead?
Sesame seeds. Asher doesn't know what this thing is, but we encountered a vampire before.
Throw a butt penny in its face. And
So he just spills open some of the rations that had like rice in it and spills it across the road as we run.
Does not slow it down.
Well, I don't know.
All right.
How,
Use a
how
gun?
good are you at throwing?
Use those loud banging things.
With throwing?
Yeah.
Who's throwing?
athletics.
Is it?
Yeah.
I am pretty fucking good at throwing them.
Okay. I hand him one of the god statues. I'll be like, here, this might work better than seeds.
One of the what statues?
The god statues.
The statues of Ezra.
I thought those were huge.
No, they're not huge.
Oh.
They're just like smaller than a person.
Oh, okay. I told you these aren't Ezrite statues, right? They're not holy. It's just a man.
Just because they're not Ezra doesn't mean they're not holy.
Okay.
Check the elves. Check the heathens.
All right. Well, you did the seed, so we'll get to you in a moment. And you two are coordinating the statue thing.
Yeah.
All right. So you can do your action. I'll be your action.
Okay.
So get prepped for that. What are you doing?
I guess I'll pointlessly throw my spare knife at the thing.
Go for it.
This is gonna be feeble. We'll power for 3 dice. So close. 4.
4? Okay. Yeah, that's enough to hit.
Okay. Not magical.
knife?
It's
Yeah.
just a knife. It's just a right good old-fashioned
+2 or
knife.
something.
Okay. You throw it at the cat, and you seem to miss it.
Okay.
Peter,
I'm going to shoot it
with your gun?
with my magical gun, baptizing some blood of some weird creatures from the underworld.
He doesn't have the shotgun.
Your unholy gun.
Against to it. Because the shotgun does a cone.
All right, because this place.
It's a blight cat. It's not quite there.
Well, you ain't right.
It's actually a chase monster because objects in the mirror are larger than they appear because it's always a little bit in front of you.
Warning: objects in the mirror are simultaneously closer and further than they may appear.
Yeah.
Three successes, so that means 7 damage.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, you fire at it, and you can't tell if you've hit it or not because it's too dark, and you're shooting, and it's not like there's going to be a big explosion on it.
Schrodinger's
Good.
cat.
It could, like, wobble around.
It is. It's like moving fast, but it seems to like flicker when it moves and stuff. Like it's hard to keep an eye on it. It hurts to look at. It's Lovecraftian.
Okay.
It's a hound of Tinderbows. Okay. Those tentacles are being dragged behind it because it's being a little more streamlined. When it lifts them up, there are things holding onto its fur. You can see tiny little bandit masked things with stingers. And it curls in to grab one each from under it and hurls them at you guys and your horse.
Throwing raccoons at us.
Those are our friends.
Yeah, it is.
Those throwing other. Do we have this against throwing or not?
No, it just has to get them onto the horses.
Is only one of these things?
Yeah, it's just the one.
Which is immediately break their legs.
Oh, it's gonna be bad. 1, 2, 3 successes. Sevens? No?
No.
Sevens or no?
8, 9, 10.
Okay, your successes on each. Okay. Two of the little raccoons land on the horses and kind of unfurl with their stingers and are just crawling on the back of their hind legs, like on and onto like under them, getting ready to sting the shit out of them.
Like that.
Let me pause. And we're back. Whoever has the foghorn stopped. Alright, so I think that was all our actions. We're back to the top of the round.
It threw,
Through the
things
statue.
at-
You threw the statue.
Not doing anything.
Right. What, did you roll for that?
I didn't. That was supposed to happen next turn. 'cause we-
No, this is his turn, because
Oh.
he's giving up his action for you to do it.
Oh, okay.
Throw the statue.
Alright, so that's athletics plus dexterity.
Dex. Yep.
Yep.
Minus his defense.
Minus its defense. What's its defense?
It is in a full tilt, so it has defense 0 right now.
Okay. I'm going to use willpower. 3 more die.
There's not enough light here for you guys to hurt it, so it's not trying to defend itself.
Alright, so Asher is going to take that statue head, fling it up in the air, and use a sensor to just smack it with more accuracy.
Overhand.
Yeah. 9, 8. A success.
Alright, yeah, that nails it to where it is, and it kind of stumbles a bit, and like you gain some ground on it.
Okay. Good enough. That's all we need.
No, it isn't. Not yet.
Top of the round, what are all your ideas, the 4 of you?
Bayonet the raccoon off.
Yeah, I think removing the
You two are on the hooligans,
we're on the hooligans. Yeah.
and Tyler?
I'm gonna coax the horses into a
Ride?
full-on sprint. Yeah.
There are horses.
Intense is flammable, right?
Well, many things are flammable, yes.
I mean, this is barely how we.
Anything's flammable.
You've got
using
gunpowder,
fire.
right?
I have no
I've
bullets.
got gunpowder and I'm not shooting.
Okay, he's going to reach into your satchel, grab a handful of that, grab a handful of incense, fling it out behind us, and then light it. To create like a puff of fire and smoke.
Yeah, that's perfect. That'll be ranged again, like thrown. Alright, so do your horse coaxing, and you guys roll melee against these hooligans.
I'm spending willpower.
I'm using the back end of my axe. 'Cause that
Perfect.
seems to be a.
After this, they're gonna go. They're gonna start stinging the shit out of these horses.
Oh, nice. Still, success.
Yeah.
I also got a success.
I got an exceptional success.
Nice.
Only a regular.
So, exceptional success?
Yeah.
Alright, you get into the back of the hooligan and dislodge it, no problem.
Cool.
It makes this like hissing, talky sound, like it's saying something as it goes off in the distance. You get normal success?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, you're able to stab it, and I'm gonna say you're gonna give it massive penalties before it makes an attempt to try and stab the horse. But
And
if it fails,
like to
you'll just
use-
get rid of it.
Yeah, and I'd like to use the willpower to give it a penalty.
How does that work?
I believe it's you spend the willpower. Hang on, let's print this out.
Is that for your martial arts?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do it then. And what did you get your dress? Success?
Success.
Any damage it takes is a penalty on its next roll.
Perfect. What's the damage of your back of your axe?
So just legitimate, probably same as bashing, I guess. So 5 bashing.
Sure, so that's a -5 to its next attack, next roll.
Yeah. Yep.
Perfect. All right. You guys are gonna get some distance. I'm gonna start putting this all together. So, Hooligan 1 is gonna try and stab this horse and kill it. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah. Oh no, wait. You only had a chance die. Your penalty. We just talked about this.
Yep.
Nope. Gone. I forgot. As soon as you said it.
Also, I suppose this is important. Who's riding on what horse? Like, I guess me and Phineas are sharing a horse.
You're on the same
Yeah.
horse, obviously. No, that was going to be the thing. If you got that horse died, you guys would have to scramble on to the next one, and
4 of us on
4 on a horse.
If that happens, Radio has a backup plan.
Hey, you throw that sensor and it detonates into a cloud of, like, incense and stuff, and creates a flashbang, basically. And the Shadow Cat just kind of disorients itself and stops and just lets you guys leave.
Holy shit.
Nice. It, like, howls, like, makes, like, a cat roar howl into the air, and there's, like, a vortex of black that comes out of its mouth.
We don't slow down.
Has a breath weapon.
So I think that's an integrity check.
Yeah, you saw an actual real-life demon. We'll get there. We'll get there, because we're coming to the end of the session. We might just skip you guys being to Krezk next session, depending on how we want to do pacing. But, for now... You guys lose sight of the Shadow Cat, and just as dawn's breaking, you go down the Old Svalich Pass, and there's the telltale signs of the vineyards and the main road to Valakai. The horse is hyperventilating from stress. It's probably having a small heart attack
That's fine. That's normal life.
because it's had a very stressful week.
Yeah.
We'll take them to a stable, do our best to tend to them.
Asher kind of hops off his and is like kind of ushering it while walking backwards, like, shh, you did good, you did good. He's
Yeah.
kind of looking at
Jump
those
out and
wounds on
watch.
it.
It didn't get stung.
No, it got a bit though by bats.
Oh yeah,
He's
Which
kind
is
of looking
not
at those.
necessarily a death sentence.
yeah. They might not have been rabid. The Shadow Cat looked.
Couldn't find any.
I mean, it was just gambling.
So what was that?
So I rolled.
Yeah, you could roll. Do you have Vanderton's Guide to Demons, anyone? Or the Fiends?
One of us is like a bookworm, so.
Oh. I'm only 3.
That was definitely a fiend. Like given corporeal form. It's transpossessed, probably something here. Transpossession isn't the same as possession. Possession is when you take over someone's body. Transpossession is where you...
Alter, right?
No, you hook into someone's soul and replace them in hell.
Oh, so they're down in hell and you're
Yeah.
up here.
I mean, if you want to apply some of the theories to it, it may be a transpossessed, like a really mean panther, like an evil, like animal of the woods that was all twisted. It was just easy enough for it to replace itself without anything noticing. The natural order wouldn't have noticed. If you had a particularly wicked or like man-hungry panther.
That's why you have to have high integrity.
Some
man.
sort of evil demon-possessed animal. Do not know.
That didn't attack us like the last one did. Are we being attacked by multiple things here?
I mean, welcome to Barovia.
It's it's a force of hell that will attack any, but it may be that we have earned the attention of these, more than usual, these creatures.
We knew that the demon came from a horde, and it was just separated and on its own.
Oh God, you're right. If they're all flocking towards us,
But take heart. Such enemies mean we are doing good things.
does it?
I kind of look down at my blood-stained clothes, so I look back at you.
Yes, I'm sorry. That was insensitive.
Yeah, here. You didn't get a chance to clean off Bartholomew or whatever his name was, his blood.
No, I sure didn't.
We shouldn't stay here long. If those things are following us, they'll target people around here. Really don't want that on my conscience.
I agree. One night, let the beast rest, and then on our way.
Alright. As you guys are kind of like getting ready to kind of settle down in the inn and whatnot, someone's approaching you guys. She kind of is waving. It's that Vistani woman from the forest. You know, the one that was hanging out with you guys for a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of waves and is starting to approach you, as we'll sort of end on this session, because the last session you guys set yourself up with a guide from the church
Yep.
who was going to meet you halfway.
Right, yeah.
Awesome.
So before we, we'll end before you all touch base with her and stuff, but take heart. Help is here.
The stunning is on our side. That's good enough.
We have the smokes to pay her off.
But yeah, so, around the table, goals, and if we completed them or not.
Let's see. Usher, destroy the murder straight to my village. That's the only thing left.
Nope.
Can we make progress with that by coming back?
Yeah, you've made progress by surviving the trip. You were being hunted.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd say got for that.
Phineas. Put the ghost to rest that threatened my village. That's long term, so also similar progress. We didn't see Bartholomew stay safe.
No.
No, that did not happen.
Jack, put the ghost to rest. Get to Valakai. And then get to Krezk. And Radu, stop the ghost. Get some money. You didn't lose anything.
We didn't really have.
That was not the tone.
That was not really the tone. I thought about grabbing some preserves, but I don't think that would count.
I'll throw out whatever beats I usually throw out for this. I don't remember.
Well, for everyone, I guess let's do our integrities.
Well, we'll take care of that after we're done recording.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, I think this is a great place to wrap up the conspiracy for the night. I was Devin,
Mark.
Tyler?
Kevin?
And Peter.
and this is sponsored by Nobody. Signing off.